The Squares lived happily in their square houses, in their square yard, in their square town. But then one day, a family of Circles moved in from the west. "Get out of here, roundies!" shouted one of the Squares. "Why?" said one of the Circles. "'Cause this is a metaphor for racism."
Hi, my name is Adam Pulaski, and our group chose Bo Burnham's poem, The Squares, as our group's favorite poem for a couple of reasons. We all first watched Bo perform on his Netflix comedy show, What? During his show, he read a couple of poems, The Squares being one of them. Personally, for my semester novel, I chose to read Bo Burnham's Egghead, a book filled with poems written by Bo. After reading the book, I decided to share it with my group and suggest that we use The Squares as our favorite poem because of the humor Bo writes with about a very important social issue, almost to make it easier for the issue to be talked about. In the poem, a third-person narrator tells a short satirical story about racism. The poem begins by describing a group of squares who live happily until the Circles arrive from another area. The Circles are then ridiculed for being different. To end the poem, the Squares say they're being exclusionary towards the Circles because this is a metaphor for racism.
This poem is significant to me because it puts one of our biggest problems in society, racism, in simple terms. Basically, we do not like to change. So when people who act differently arrive and cause change, we act negatively. To be a better society, us Squares must be willing to accept the fact that our world takes many shapes that are equal and all should be treated as such. The Squares and Circles represent the majority and minority, not a race. The poem sheds light on how differences define us and sadly, many times separate us. As a student in a fairly diverse school, every day I encounter people from different ethnic backgrounds. Lately, a lot of national attention has been on racism and how it may or may not be different than the racism previously encountered by Black people, sparking debates and coverage worldwide.